Let's now shift our attention over to Australia, which was only just emerging from its devastating bushfires when the coronavirus struck. And now some tourist-dependent towns are facing a double disaster. The victims of Australia's catastrophic bushfires are still living in tents, garages and makeshift shelters months after the blazes ended, with efforts to rebuild their lives hampered by the COVID-19 pandemic. Australia's unprecedented bushfire crisis that scorched an area larger than many nations and displaced thousands put a rare spotlight on climate change in a rich and developed country. The disaster sparked charity telethons, government promises of a quick recovery and donations from across the world. Local donation distribution organizations have dropped off since the pandemic hit. The government has recently announced a package of $650 million to help communities worst hit by the bushfires. This is the last installment of a $2 billion recovery fund. But many complain that getting financial support has been a long and complicated process, made even more difficult by COVID-19.
We were churning along a very well-oiled machine. COVID hit and it stopped the donations, it stopped the money flowing in. We know that there was hundreds of millions of dollars donated from the world to this region, or to Australia for the bushfires. Our group saw none of that, realistically. We've gone through private donors, corporations who saw what we were doing.
While shop owners have been facing a slowed down trade, one such shop owner, Lorena Granados, has started working towards restarting her business after her store and home were destroyed in the fires.
Yeah, we lost everything on New Year's Eve. We didn't expect the devastation that it's caused in the whole community. I mean, all of us have been affected. Even if you didn't lose your house or your business, you were still affected because you were helping somebody else who was.
With no international tourists expected in Australia for many months, it's not just small businesses that are in dire straits. The zoo became famous during the fires for its dramatic rescue of its animals as fires approached the town. It had been open again for less than a month before the coronavirus epidemic forced it to shut again. Australia is in a much better position than many countries when it comes to COVID-19 cases. Restrictions are being eased gradually in a bid to reopen the Australian economy. But people in tourist towns have been hit by a double whammy within the span of a few months. And getting government financial support has been a long and draining process since the forest fires began.